Hi guys and girls, I'm Obsidian Ant and this is all about Elite Dangerous. Today was the third day of Gamescom and the second day of Frontier live streams, where they revealed a whole load of information about NPC crew and our fighter ships. Now, NPC crews start with the crew lounge. This is going to be a new feature that we can see from station services. From here, you'll be able to hire your ship's crew, and the crew, at the moment at least, are for your fighters. We don't know if these will be usable in the future in the next patch, patch 2.3, the commanders. As Frontier previously said, there wouldn't be any NPC crew members for multi-crew. But here we are with crew anyway, so who knows, maybe it could be an option later on. But for now anyway, you can hire crew members to pilot your fighters. Now, the price to hire the crew is based upon their rank. You can see a little bit in the video that they showed. And obviously the higher their rank, the more they're going to cost, and the highest rank that you'll be able to hire is based on your own combat rank, I believe. And now you'll be able to hire 3 NPC crew members, and each of these will have their own avatar and their own backstory. They will also level up and gain rank as they get deployed and fight. They'll need a kill or a kill assist in order to contribute towards their own ranking. This will be their combat rank, and it can ultimately go all the way up to elite and will make them that much better. Unfortunately, you can only take 1 NPC crew member along with you on board your ship. The other 2 will have to stay back at a station somewhere. Which makes me wonder actually what the purpose would be of hiring 3 NPCs. Now, as to the fighters, these are equipped through a fighter hangar which can be outfitted to your ship. Now, we don't know exactly which ships these can be fitted to, but at the moment, based on some of the information that's been presented, it seems that hangars or fighter hangars will be equipable to the Anaconda, the Beluga, the Federal Corvette, the Federal Gunship, the Imperial Cutter, the Killback, and the Type 9. From all accounts, it seems that the hangars are going to be very expensive. Frontier didn't express exactly how expensive they would be, but it's seeming they could be along the lines of ship expensive. But don't quote me on that, that's something we don't know yet. Once your ship has been equipped with a fighter hangar, you don't actually have to purchase the fighters themselves. The fighters are constructed inside the hangar within your ship. It seems that there is some type of resource cost in order to do this. We don't know what type of resource that would be, but I'm willing to bet it's going to be a material requirement. Although it could just be some type of resource or ammunition that we purchase from a station. Once your fighters are equipped inside your ship, you can then deploy them. These can be deployed for combat purposes, but you can only deploy 1 at a time. You can pilot the fighter yourself and leave your ship in the hands of your NPC crew member. Alternatively, you can have your NPC crew member pilot the fighter whilst you remain in your ship. I guess it depends just how good and effective the NPC crew are, and whether or not you're willing to trust them with your expensive ship. The outfitting for the fighters seems to be fixed, and it's determined by the ship type or the fighter type, but it's also affected by the type of fighter hangar that you equip to your ship. In the video of the combat with the fighters that Frontier showed, they actually showed the fighter taking on a Python, and when you see the amount of damage that the fighter deals, it's quite shocking. Of course, we don't know what the Python was equipped with, we don't know what type of shield it had, and we didn't really see the Python take any shots at the fighters. But the fighters are going to be very fragile, so they'll be able to be eliminated pretty quickly, although it could be difficult for some of the larger ships to actually track them and get a shot on them. But if you see in the video, the fighter takes down the Python's shield very quickly, and then strips away its hull even quicker. So if this is any example of what it's actually going to be like when they're actually available in the game, then the fighters are going to be very powerful indeed and could be a serious threat in the field. For those of you that want a bit of personalization to your fighters, paint jobs will be available for them. As I mentioned earlier, you can have the fighter piloted by the NPC, or you can have your ship piloted by the NPC. The interesting area here is that you can actually hot swap during combat, and this is because there's not actually any physical person inside the fighter. It was remote controlled, a bit like a drone. So you can control your ship, and during combat, if you wish, you can hot swap out to the fighter and then switch back again. You can also issue commands to your fighter when you're in your ship, and I'm assuming when you're in fighter, you'll be able to issue the same commands to your own ship or your main ship, or what Frontier are calling the mothership. These commands range from defense to aggressive, to hold fire, stay put, and focus, so you can give them instructions on how you want to handle the situation. If you find yourself in these circumstances where you're inside your fighter whilst your ship gets destroyed, then of course you have to go back to the rebuy screen, and again that's because you're not inside your fighter, you're actually inside your main ship. And one other thing to note on that is if your main ship does get destroyed, any NPC crew members on that will be killed. You won't be able to use them again. This could be quite a harsh penalty for those that have got attached to an NPC crew member and leveled them all the way up to elite. That should be quite a thing to lose. And in some people's opinion, it might be a bit too much to lose. Very light on new reveals today, although we did get quite some good detail on both the fighters and the crew members as well. I've got no idea what Frontier are going to be talking about tomorrow, but on Sunday supposedly they're going to do a bit of a reveal on the aliens. Now whether this is going to be a full-on reveal or whether it's just going to be another tease is an entirely open question. Talking about aliens, Frontier did accidentally leak a video. This was the 4th part of the interview with David Braben. If you've been watching the Frontier live streams and the interviews, you'll notice that at a certain point they often get interrupted by a strange signal. And on the first day that was of the UA, the unknown artifact. On the second day it seems to be of a crashed ship down on the surface, although we can't quite make out what that is. On day 4 there was something quite specific revealed. I will talk about this just briefly, but before I go ahead and do that, I'll give you all who don't want to have that spoiled an opportunity to avoid the spoiler by ending the video now, as the remainder of the video is going to be about that specific content and the subject of aliens. Right, now I'm assuming that everyone still watching actually wants to hear about this subject. What happened is that the interview was interrupted again by a strange signal, and this time the camera pans down on some shattered remains of some crippled ship and focuses on a Cobra which has got some damage on it. It's got some green fires, and that's something we don't usually see, at which point the camera continues to pan down and we get some creepy music, and what appears to be an alien ship comes into the focus, although only barely. Now people have also worked out that the message did have an encrypted signal in it, turns out to be binary, and that was translated into a very specific message. This message read, "To find us, look for a bounty hunter. To find more clues, you'll need a pre-logistic support in a system with 1 star, 2 belts, 3 rings, and enough radiation to turn you green." Reddit user Miklo Bracker very quickly worked out where that system is located, and you can see that on the screen right now. So it seems all that's needed now is for us to wait until the 28th. Ultimately, I'm hoping that the alien information is going to be a bit more substantial than just this come Sunday. But the other side of the coin is that there has long been a mystery surrounding the alien arrival. So for Frontier just to talk about the aliens openly on the live stream might be counterproductive to this mystery that they've set up over the past year or so. But even still, I'd like to see some solid information on just what the aliens are and when we'd like to see them in the game. So that brings us to the end of this video. There's still 2 more days left of Gamescom and 2 more days worth of Frontier streams. So I'll be bringing you some more videos over the coming days. And as always, thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys and girls next time.